CADA asked me to do was really to talk about the future of retailing, auto retailing, going out to say around 2030. I'm very fortunate that they really placed no restrictions on what I could do. They wanted a clean, open, honest interpretation of what the views are out in the marketplace and what would be of importance to dealers to know. So I was fortunate enough to do that. It was a huge amount of research that went into this. A lot of personal interviews, talking with dealers, talking with folks from the associations, talking from students, just a whole bunch of different people. So I got a lot of really good on-the-ground information there. We did a dealer survey, so every dealer in Canada was surveyed at the time the DSI survey went out. We got a lot of really good information, a great response rate from that. The basic premise was that this is a global issue. It's not just a Canadian issue. So I started looking beyond our borders, and there was an awful lot of chatter, an awful lot of reports from one end of the field to the other. Some were saying that retailing was going to change, others were saying retailing is going to stay the same. So there was really quite a broad range of information that was out there. And what I tried to do was to gain a solid insight or a solid feeling of what would be possible in Canada. What I came upon was really there are three critical areas that are going to affect auto retailing in Canada in the future. One, what the automakers do. That's a big one. All dealers are franchises. As their automakers go, they basically have to follow those rules. The second, what is general retailing doing? What is happening to the consumer? What's shaping the consumer's mind? What are they experiencing every day? And then thirdly, what's the finance community doing? Because that impacts the way consumers transact money. So those three things really have an impact on auto retailing. So as those three areas change dramatically, then dealerships have no other option but to change. They have to follow suit. So that's where the influences are going to come from. And then that led me in certain directions after that. They are franchises, right? So as a franchise, by definition, you really can't veer too far from the road that's carved for you. So this love-hate relationship that has gone on over the years really has to become one of, we're all after the same thing, let's work together to accomplish it. Because the automakers, they're developing the brand, they're creating the vehicles, doing the design, but the customer touch points, the customer interaction really is still happening at the dealership level. So it's important that they're all on the same page, that they can deliver this omni-channel experience. It's important that dealers not only work in their business, but they work on their business. So they sit back on a regular basis and think about what could be, what's going to happen, where's my brand going to go, what's my market going to do, where's my bank going, where are my employees going, how are they changing? All of that has to be reviewed on a regular basis. And so the opportunities, I believe, are there for those that want to expand and take a broader role in sort of the ecosystem, automotive ecosystem in their local markets. Not everybody's going to want to do that, but for those that do, there's going to be a tremendous opportunity. Everything's not going to change overnight, right? And it's not going to be one big step. You're going to wake up next morning and these are going to be the new rules. It's going to be a series of small steps that take place over time. And things like connectivity. The connected car is going to lead to the connected dealership. The dealership has the opportunity to be the conduit for all of that stuff. So dealerships can connect with cars, they can connect with smart cities. Now, the next 10 years are going to be pretty messy. There's not going to be a clear-cut vision. OEMs are definitely going to experiment. We're starting to see that now, and that's only going to increase as they try to capture more of that auto retail market and the consumer at the end of the day. Because really what they're interested in is creating customers that are loyal to their brands. Some of the stuff that's happening now is maybe direct to consumer, subscription services, things like that. Those will evolve over time. Some of them will be effective, some of them won't be effective. A lot of the experiments will not work. It's going to be a little bit difficult and a little bit messy. That's why dealers really do have to work together, work closely with their brands to make sure they minimize the failures and really take advantage of the potential in those experiments and those opportunities.